Well, you can't judge a book by its cover. But what I was trying to do with the Book of JoB tablets was to color the titles so that it would represent the verses as the story progresses, especially JoB's spiritual state. He's a good guy. He's been blessed by God. He's rich and everything goes well for him. But you know the story. Well, my intention was to make a wall of tablets, individual tablets like bricks in a wall, not a simple straight line of individual tablets, but a wall of tablets, where a section would be made of blue or green or brown, and some parts multicolored or whatever. And they'd be glued onto plywood sheets so I could move them around. And then for practical reasons, I began using the small vases as glaze test for the tablets. And these were all commercial glazes, mostly low fire and mostly glossy. And I had worked for wildlife sculptor William Turner on the Eastern Shore, and I was a porcelain painter for wildlife sculptures, birds and ducks. And the porcelain paints were just like using oil colors. What you see is what you get. But with these commercial glazes, you don't have a clue what's going to look like from the way you paint it. And actually these glazes are designed for complete coverage of pottery. Well, I had to do a lot of experiments with the glazes and learn how to use them. So then I wanted to tell the story of JoB with colors and have a wall, and it would move like music. Then as soon as I started using a small vase, that became its own themed series, the Change Vase. I became fascinated with the colors and the effects the colors would have on the design, and designed a jazz jar and a pencil jar and a pot and so on, experimenting with the glazes for the Book of JoB. Then I moved and didn't have a kiln, and for about a year I was making organic type sculptures, I guess. Strange stuff. Just had them sitting around, couldn't fire them. When I did finally hook up a kiln, I got interested in raku, and then I almost went into glass making. I really thought, obviously, the colors of glass are greater than the glazes. The glazes are glass. But you could make something entirely out of glass. It would be absolutely beautiful. But it was a crisis for me. I wasn't sure I wanted to make beautiful things. I was interested in more than just decorations. And I really just loved clay, working with clay. I loved using my hands. And I was fascinated with mold making. So I had a real problem, too many interests, and not enough time. So I never have finished the Book of JoB. I got a lot of tablets in storage somewhere.